Well, hey there, YouTube. It's Petey Two Finger, and I've got a Hot Reel pickup. I just ordered this. I was gonna goose up the Hot Reel that I had put in my Strat. I had put a real low output one in so it would match the humbuckers. I want a little more out of it. In either case, I've been ordering pickups from Amazon. There's a company called Fleor that makes what I think is a fair price, meaning they're pretty cheap, but they sound pretty good for what they are. I've bought their ceramic pickups. I bought their Alnico, and I love both. I really like the ceramics. I really do. Now, when they wind these things, depending on how much wire they include, will affect the impedance. And in order to determine that, you can test them with a multimeter. So here I've got a meter, I've got the test probes, and I'm going to turn it on to the little ohm symbol and hit this button here, and that's going to, when I connect the ground to the ground and then the red probe to the output, it'll give me a number. Now the problem, and the reason I'm making this video, is I've been running into, they're not ohming out what I paid for. Meaning, in today's case, I paid for a 15 and I got a 9. Now, in ohms, in my situation, there already is a 9 in the guitar. So I didn't spend the money to replace a pickup with the same pickup. So my point is this. They, meaning in my experience, the sellers who are selling you pickups will send you whatever ohms they have laying around, maybe not even check or maybe even mislabel and not think twice about it. So this is one of the reasons why, I mean, if you're a guitar player who's installing pickups, as self-respecting musicians, guitar players, let's face it, guys, you should have a multimeter, you should have a soldering iron, you should have sets of test probes. It's just part of who we are. There's some meters. This is our kitchen meter, honey. That's for testing batteries. We, as musicians, in my opinion, we should have soldering iron and multimeter. So if you are ordering guitar pickups, depending on the seller, like if it's let's say it's Guitar Fetish, it's a company that's known for having reasonably priced replacement pickups and doing a good job at that. I would think they're pretty good about it. I wouldn't think you're going to get hoodwinked by a company like that, opposed to these more like no-name, faceless Jamaru or like Bushnuka, these like weird name places that you think like, well, somebody just made that up. Would you hand me my yellow Stratocaster, please? So what we're going to do real quick before I let you guys go, I'm going to show you this. I like to purchase these. You can get a bag of 5 of these. These are really nice to have. On one end, they have alligator clips, and on the other end, they have banana plugs, which go in the meter. So one of the things that we do here is test the components when we build a guitar pedal, so we'll test all the resistors, the capacitors, make sure that they're functional, and then they're at the level that they're advertised at. Because sometimes we find either duds or components that are way out of spec, and that's good to know before you, before you solder it in. So when you purchase the multimeter, they come with these pointy probes, which are great, but not really if you're testing resistors. Having those little clips is nice. And what I have to show you here is one of those banana plugs with the clips that I cut it, and I connected a old 1/4 inch plug. So with that, we are going to see what this Strat ohms out at. Now I've selected the bridge pickup, and I've got the volumes and the tones all the way up. And then I'm going to put it in the middle position, and then we're going to put it at in the neck. So I could just swallow my pride and be like, well, okay, the pickup that I got is it's ohming out at 9, and this is 6.7 here. That is a little, it is a little bit more. No, we're not going to eat crow. We paid for a 15. I want to at least like 14.35. If it says 14.35, I'm going to say, I'm really going to be borderline on no. 14.36. Ideally 15. Are you going to see 15? Probably not. Probably going to see somewhere like 14.86 would be really nice. But that's just a recommendation to be thorough in everything that we do. Ain't nobody's got time for all that. Of course you don't. Why would you ever ohm out your pickup? Well, that's up to you. Either way, you guys, let's try to be nice to each other. Let's not let our gear become a fetish and get in the way of what we do. Hug your pets, and peace.